Behold, I'm back. I have returned, and I have this new hat. Um, there we go. The cardboard hat. Now, why do I have this? Good question. With built-in music, sort of. The wires are pretty finicky. I didn't solder anything, so. You might be asking, what even is the meaning of this? It's basically just a. I think I remember having some piece of cardboard that I wanted to turn into a hat, and eventually I added some electronics to it. A light bulb, and my dad gave me a circuit board of some old speaker thing or something, like a USB speaker. Clearly not, maybe Bluetooth, I don't know, but I couldn't connect it. Or at least don't know how, but it can play whatever file is like loaded onto it. So I just have one NSYNC song loaded onto this thing, which I can play with the button, which I can play and not, yeah, which I can play and pause whenever I want. So I guess the NSYNC I Want You Back will be the palette cleanser for today's video. If you don't already know, I made a video ranking Mommy ASMR. This is gonna be part 2. Let me just turn this thing on again, and let's hop right in. Thankfully, it's like 1 now, so I don't have to worry about anybody hearing me. Alright, let's hop right in. First one, your tomboy bully wants to go on a date ASMR roleplay. This came up when I was searching for mommy ASMR, and from what I can tell, the channel also does some other kind of mommy ASMR basically. I mean, uh, yeah, this shit's never happened. This is just never happening, bro. I guess technically, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, it's in the same category as mommy ASMR, but it's more like, I guess it's more into the category of ex attractive female with some kind of non-biological relationship to you wants, like, obtains a romantic attraction to you, or obtains an obsession or possessive nature over you. Either they obtain a crush over you, or like they obtain more possessive feelings. Yeah, we'll do one of these because it's sort of part of the overall genre, I guess you could say. I guess. I mean, it's sort of, yeah, it's part of the genre, I guess. Hold on, there's this other one I see. Commanding mommy girlfriend teases and showers you in kisses. I could just eat you up, darling. So there, is this like war where they straight up eat you and shit? In that case, I'm running, bro. I'm not trying to get eaten. I'm life maxing. What does that mean? Trying to stay alive as long as possible. Alright, let's go. Alright, your tomboy bully wants to go on a date. Let's rate this. Is my light? Yeah, my light is still on.
Building your app on base 44. Describe it. And it's real.
I'm gonna have to turn on the volume either way because this shit is still too weird.
Hey.
I should probably invest in better headphones because I have some, but they're not,
Remember how
great. The wire's finicky. The cable. Wait, what? I'm going to have to go. Hold on. I keep yapping.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're often. It's around here. Yeah. Remember how I used. Funny.
So this nigga used to stuff you in the locker. That's crazy.
And I break something trying.
Dang, getting shoved in a locker by a girl has to be horrible.
Getting your notebooks is an excuse. You know.
Where am I gonna put this bullshit?
Just because I skip class doesn't mean you do. Like, learning math isn't gonna do amazing stuff, but I'm sure you'll need it in whatever nerd career you have.
Who is this guy?
If you're not gonna go to class, just listen. I could use some entertainment.
So, and I guess the story is that this nigga is skipping class. Dang, bro, could never. Probably because they wouldn't let me. I am in a private school. So, I go to a private school, so they probably wouldn't even let you skip class. They'd find you and drag you back to class. Or maybe you just get punished. And my mom would beat my ass. No, she wouldn't beat me, but, like, she'd get angry. I get grounded. And I'm not trying to take that chance. So, yeah, no. This could never be me. Sorry, guys. I'm just not that kind of guy. But whatever. I'm gonna have to get into this. I'm gonna have to put on their shoes. Or is that the expression? I'm gonna put on their shoes. Step into their shoes.
Never mind. I already know the answer to that. Okay, let me rephrase it.
It feels so uncomfortable, bro. Bro, already I feel so uncomfortable. And I think that the light is getting dimmer. Maybe it's because of it's probably because of the wire connection. Or it's just draining the battery. Whatever, I look stupid with this anyways, but I'm gonna keep it on. I don't look stylish with this, but it's not gonna become my thing. It probably not. Who knows? Anyways, I already feel so uncomfortable. That's the thing about ASMR. It always has this weird. They call it the tingles. They call it just auditorial molestation. From a Christian perspective, well, you should always obey your authorities. So skipping class is not a good thing, but you should also always love your enemies. So not holding a grudge against your bully is good too. And trying to make amends before any kind of legal confrontation happens is good. Already feel uncomfortable, bro.
High-pitched voices, higher pitched voices, I admit that was
Okay, now, I need to turn the freaking sound on this. Did it already run out of... I mean, to be fair, I did leave it charging for a few minutes. So, hold on. Yeah, that's... Yeah, hold on, let me just disconnect this. There we go. Now... No more light, I guess. Because that's just gonna drain the battery from this. Nope. Yeah, no, I think it's not fried. No, it'll work. It'll work. I just didn't charge it for long enough because I was too impatient. I'll put this back because the light isn't that useful and it's kind of uncomfortable. Sorry guys. No more no more tech helmet for today. At least not for now. Oh. Tingos. Oh, reference to the last palette cleanser song. Anyways, let's put this back on. So far, I guess we're in the part where she's just asking whether you like girls, just like whether you like girls or guys. Like, what about girls you like? Because at first she asked, do you like, are there any girls you like? Or, no, actually, first it was, are you with anyone? And she's like, oh, yeah, I know the answer to that. And then let me rephrase the question. Are there any girls you're interested in? Or guys? If you like that. No? No one in particular? Oh, okay. Good to know. And then she starts asking, oh, what about girls do you like? Like, for me, I mean, I guess, I'm not sure. I guess girls are usually less, I guess sometimes they're smarter. I wouldn't say smarter, but more, they're like calmer in some ways. You know, nicer to speak to. They gossip more, I'll admit. At least from what I remember. I don't know, I don't speak to girls that much, but it can be nice. Maybe a bit more emotionally available in guys. Because my guy friends, the boys, they aren't the most. And my friend Luke and Jeremy, they're emotionally available, sort of. Well, when it comes to certain things, yeah, Jeremy more so because, the whole being Catholic thing. Well, it's not just be like all Catholics, but it's like, a very good moral person. It's good to have somebody who doesn't judge you, because then you can just, speak to them, to share secrets. Because you tell your secrets, and they tell your secrets, and they tell you theirs. Builds a bond, trust. Also makes for some very interesting conversations. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I admit girls are generally nicer to look at than guys.
Generally nicer to look at than guys, but they're honestly sweet guys, I would say. Sometimes. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. You better have something to say. Okay. My hair? Yeah. Thanks, I guess. I actually used to be kind of insecure about it. Like, before, I didn't really have the right products for it, and it was just kind of weird. I don't know how else to describe it. I guess it is kind of shorter than other people's. And, I like how it looks on me, but, sometimes people aren't insecure about it. So, I guess it makes me feel a little.
Obelisk Giga is insecure about their hair.
But don't so thinking your opinion matters to me, okay, because obviously you are still just an nerd to me, after all.
Don't you think your opinion matters to me? You're just a nerd to me after all.
Do you have any plans this season?
Do you have any plans? Why am I voicing it? Because, okay, just so you can get the context of what I'm listening to, I'm voicing parts of it. You can listen to it yourself. As I said, F4M, your tomboy bully wants to go on a date. ASMR roleplay. That's what I'm currently listening to. Where I'm gonna rate this, I don't know. But why am I doing this? Honestly, because I don't really have any good video ideas. Every other video idea is usually kind of just me yapping, and I don't like doing that. Plus, this is just a topic I figure that, is interesting. Because I hear a lot about it. Mostly in the context of Well, why are you listening to like when you catch your homie listening to this shit like while they're trying to fall asleep? So I decided, you know what? Why don't I rate it to see if it's really all that? So now we're here. Like I need to justify it to myself because this is just absurd.
Cards? What type of cards? Okay, I should have known it was from the original series.
Magic the Gathering or something?
I guess it's
Like
better.
D&D?
Better? I don't know. I guess you have all this hated information. Even the throwing stuff, because you don't really like taking risks and making the first move.
Do
There's a little bit of a hypocrite for doing it, so.
So now it's like asking, now she's asking, or this person is asking, it could be a guy with a voice filter. Actually, that's kind of unlikely, but still, who knows? Basically, now the prompt is, not prompt, now the question is more so, at least directed towards whoever listener in this case is, whether I take, whether I take risks. Or I guess, because I don't take risks, apparently, the person in the story doesn't. The listener in this case was meant to be playing the role of the one being bullied, or the nerd in this case. Apparently doesn't take risks, which is characteristic of nerds, which is probably why they're still single, as is pointed out by the bully in this case. Which I guess, bro. I mean, I don't take risks that often, but like I do take some. I like doing stuff with my life, so yeah. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, cause like, well, what do you mean you like doing stuff with your life? What are you doing right now? I do other things. I do programming, C++ specifically. Not that, I mean, like, yeah, often, but not like that intense either. Just working a little on it. I have projects like that thing that I showed you, the weird hats or helmets. The other arc lighter. Just disconnect. Ah. Hold on. I have something else. It's not, I guess it is the one thing that I could probably bring to school if I was either being made fun of or getting sent out. That's the arc lighter in theory. As long as I don't display its ignition capabilities in public, I'll be fine. But yeah, I have a laser pointer. Hold on, let me just, yeah, there we go. It's this thing. So one of the wires got unsoldered, basically, so I have to press it down. Also, there's a flashlight on it. So yeah, cool, I guess. It's cool, I guess. I just need to I just need to resolder the wire connected to the laser pointer, and then maybe probably cover it in like either a bunch of hot glue to make sure it doesn't get disconnected, or give it like an actual cardboard case. Anyway, so yeah, I do have a life. I'm just doing this mostly because, well, I wanted to do something interesting late at night. So why not this? Sorry for ranting or just
I'll take a bit of a
wasting
risk
time.
right now.
So now
I know what
so now the person who is bullying us apparently is taking a risk.
change that relationship.
But I like to change that?
The gentler.
see the gentler side of them. The secret side of me, I'll never let you see. I keep it caged, but can't control it. You think they listen to Skillet? Like, does it,
I'm just gonna say it, and if you laugh, I'm gonna hit you. Right? I think, really,
if I laugh, they're gonna hit me.
see that?
Am I gonna get hit?
Truth is, there's a reason I target you, and it's not just because I have that feeling. I actually do want you to be happy, even if my behavior hasn't shown that.
Yeah, when you bully someone, they're not gonna
What
be
I'm trying to
happy.
say is I think you're
Who
cute,
is this?
and I like you. And I understand that you probably hate me because of how mean I am to you.
How bad, like in the context of the story, how bad could the bullying have possibly been for
The only
for I guess in this case us, the nerd, to hate them, or at least probably hate them? Like, geez, what if you want someone to be happy? Why would you be mean to them and bully them? I guess targeting them with like light, mischief, maybe, but like just if you bully someone to the point of them either hating you or themselves, it's like, what do you expect? But I guess that's the point, you know, like a resolution after all this time. I don't really get. I guess I don't entirely understand, but I get. I'm not with the meta. I'm not with the new meta, guys. I'm still an old head. Still too white for this shit.
day I just getting your attention. Like,
No wait, this is for white. Well, for lonely guys. So, anyways, probably not black people though. The only way they could think of getting our attention was bullying us. That's crazy, bro.
I want something to keep a tradition and just stop something to hello? Are you gonna say something or you can just stand there? You can just say no. You know that you're going to say. Make me feel embarrassed like this, although that is kind of payback. You know, make me embarrassed for me. Say no more than payback. What do you mean? Like, how long have you been for? I'm not swear every time you bully me. Oh my god. It was that confident.
Okay, so for apparently this nigga probably shouldn't say that. This individual, that being the us apparently, knew the entire time? I guess, bro. Look, I'm just gonna skip to the end. I don't want to waste too much time on this. But I still have maybe a few more. I guess get to the some more absurd stuff later. So I can so I can find more value in this. The more absurd, and I guess, the more absurd and humorous or amusing, the better. I mean, I probably won't, like, in terms of mommy ASMR, like, I guess, in terms of value in that sense, I guess this would be pretty high, maybe, maybe an A, I guess I'm too, maybe a B, but I don't know. Yo, dog. Who is this guy? I'm reading the comments right now. Some niggas. Okay, I have to stop saying the N word or else I'm probably gonna get canceled. I don't mean that like I'm a racist, but you know, saying it isn't the best. Okay, I've gotta think of a new word. This perplexing. This perplexing Pentagon over here is saying some shit like, "We are not cooked." Thank you, PS. Thank you, Clem. The channel's called Clem Whispers. Thank you, Clem, for the banger videos. They help more than you could ever know. Dog, it cannot be this serious. Like, genuinely. I might just be, I might just not understand. No, that's exactly it. But like, do people really like need this stuff? Like, does it help them that much? Jeez. I mean, I'm gonna make a bit of a confession, but I used to. What do I mean used to? I still do cuddle with my pillows as if they were my girlfriend. Well, pillows, like, because it depends whether I'm in my mom's house or like a different house. Or like my dad's, for example. But it's not gonna. I'm not gonna bring the same pillow, like that gray one there, for example, like everywhere I go. And it's not like a body pillow, obviously. I'm not getting that. But that would just be. Nah, bro. I can't. Plus, there's no point. A regular pillow is just no. You know, you sleep on it as well. It doesn't take up too much space. And but I don't want something to be printed on it. I just want a normal ass pillow. The imagination is what does the most work in this kind of situation. The pillow serves more as a medium. What am I talking about? What I'm trying to say is that I kind of get it, relying on something to make you feel loved that isn't necessarily, you know, an actual person saying that they love you. And you could say, oh, why don't you just go to your mom? Because my mom doesn't love me romantically or sexually. It just wouldn't be the same, I guess. You know, it's just not exact. I've even thought about, well, yeah, I've even thought about maybe God fulfilling that role. Because technically, God is love, and that also implies that romantic love stems from God, and God can technically be any gender. God usually is referred to as a he, and you know, God refers to himself as he, but God could, you know, be a girl as well. Because it's God. It's not really like a gendered entity, a gendered being. It's above the, you know, the physical. Because gender is like more a physical thing. It's not like a social norm. No, it's like you're born either male or female. It's a physical thing that you naturally have certain characteristics. But God could kind of just flip flop between either. He did say to God did say to Moses, "I am who I am." So I guess God could, in theory, be a girlfriend to somebody, but it would also be kind of weird because then, you know, would it be romantic? I guess. I'd probably just start crying or something. Because, you know, God is so transcendent and powerful, so, like, anyone who is, like, a believer, for example, or even doesn't believe, like, well, it depends, but, like, especially a believer, if they see God, like, in the flesh, and even in, like, any form, they might just go crazy. Like, or at least me, I'd probably go crazy and just genuinely, like, have a mental breakdown and die? Yeah, probably die. But I just wouldn't be able to handle it. The guilt, the shame for not being perfect, not being good enough, you know? Because I am not good enough. Maybe, I mean, I do well academically. I'm a good societally, I provide value in that case. A good kid in some people's eyes, but not morally amazing. Not evil. But I'm not. I didn't spread the gospel enough. I mentioned God, yeah. So sometimes it's not like I'm afraid of it. It's not. I do sometimes do stuff, but I don't really go to church that often. And it's not about going to church or doing a specific act. Like if I said of Jeremy, it's about being a good person. I think it said in John 2, yeah, no, like 2, like 2nd John, I think. I was just reading this. For anyone who has love in them is of God. And anyone who does not have love does not have God, for God is love. Something along the lines of that. So basically, I just have to be more loving to people. And I don't try to hate on people. I try to be understanding. Even my sister, who I find annoying, I still try at least to be nice. Fair, at least. It's hard to love people. The Bible never says to love yourself, which is good in my case because that would mean I would have committed a lot of sins. But you're supposed to deny yourself. So self-hate is technically not against the Bible. You should love others, and I guess it says love in a general sense, but like self-love is also like kind of prideful because think about it. You aren't that good. The whole point of Jesus coming down and dying for us is that we all suck. Genuinely. All of us are depraved until God saves us and gives us grace. And the Spirit of the Lord, the Holy Spirit. So yeah, until then, no, we're done. We're cooked. Depraved, even. That's all sort of the whole point, which sort of goes against self-love. Anyways, back to this. Let's rate this already. Hold on.
No, no, second and okay? It's okay.
I guess in terms of value, I don't know where to rate this. Because it is a high in terms of making you feel loved, and it does feel very realistic. I guess it's high. It's less, sort of comforting, but less on the, less maternal, I guess. It focuses less on the mommy ASMR aspect, and more so on the making you feel loved aspect. Yeah, it's more so like the relation, like the girlfriend aspect of it, rather than the maternal aspect. So, but I wouldn't put it in B either, because it is, I'd say it is still pretty high, so. I'm gonna put it in A. Maybe, I guess S would make more sense. But I'm not sure what S is. I might change it to S. Cause this is good. Cause I guess I don't understand the metric. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. So yeah, Bully loves dates. The fruits. You know the fruits? Dates? Yeah. I'm not gonna name it something. Not just gonna put the title because that'd be too long. Okay, next one. Let's go. Dun, 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 by Sora ASMR. Oh boy, this is getting really bad. I don't even think it's still in. It's still not. It's not necessarily mommy ASMR, but sort of in the same realm of, I guess, relationship based. This is some bullshit. Classmate needs you to touch her. Yo, are we gonna get touched? We're getting touched with this one.
I might have gotten a little lost when I hit my middle just in front of oh my god, I'm sorry, I thought you were ready before I got here. Should I come back? Maybe in a little bit? If, you know what I do, just finish up. So you're sure? I'm really sure you mean it? Even though I don't feel like I'm interrupting something. No. I wasn't being anything crazy. It's just once you were just in the middle of the shower and you just got out and
Oh, bro, for a second I thought that this perpendicular pentagon caught us like gooning or some shit. Nah, this perpendicular pentagon caught us coming out of the shower or some shit naked. That's crazy, bro. Most awkward situation of my life. Cause I had situations like that. I think not with my friends. Was it either my mom or dad? Sometimes my sister like opens my door and it's like annoying because like, bro, I don't have my clothes on. Wait. Also in the comments it says 80 kilogram bench press of this one. What is this? And there's all these comments about a background sound effect at 4 minutes and 38 seconds.
You got all that? Cool. Yeah. I'll send you a copy of the note.
I don't hear anything. I'm blind. I'm deaf. I mean.
No, the introduction as well. If you want to do the conclusion and wrap everything up, I figure you're pretty good at finishing things, right? You got all that?
Pretty good at finishing things?
Cool. Yeah. I'll send you a copy of the note later. You don't have to write anything down right now. I mean, you have it all in stock and everything, so it shouldn't be too difficult to keep track of.
What am I listening to?
Anything, you text me. I'll leave my number in here and my Discord. I don't know if you use it, but just in case, you can add me. It's good. Yeah. I don't think it's really fun. I think it's
Okay, Doc, what do you mean finishing this with me? What is this? And why am I getting suggested a video called Your Roommate Catches You Touching Yourself, I think? It cuts off at touching, but I can kind of tell because the thumbnail says, I wanna watch you play with it. They're not talking about a PlayStation. Who is this? freaking pentagons with their paradigm shifts and perplexing, pointless pencils. I don't know, bro. I'm not entirely sure where this shit is going, so I'm just gonna skip. I can't understand it clearly. This is gonna get weird quick, I can tell. I know, I had to stick back to the theme, but I really wanna watch you play with it. Maybe like that would be the last one, but we need to take a break from this freaky shit.
You want to evaluate you? I'll give you a grade? I was just gonna tell you whether or not I like you, but yeah, I can give you a grade if you want.
So another grading, I guess, presumably us, based on attractivity. Looks maxing? So one question. For anyone watching this, how would you rate yourself? Because I'm pretty sure it's like a sub 5. Normie. Above average normie. And like I think there's like a stage right before Chad. And then there's like Chad. Now hold on, I'm gonna check what the looks maxing levels are, because I don't looks max personally. I try to look good, like make sure I look presentable, I guess. Keep myself healthy, good hygiene and such. Yes. PSL, I think. Where are the levels for this? I don't care about the base shapes. Where are the levels for looks maxing? Looks maxing. Yeah, rating. Oh, here we go. Let's go. So we have subhuman. Subhuman or sub 5. Features fall below average, exhibiting severe asymmetry. Normie, low, mid, and high. So there's low normie, which is like, yeah, you kind of look, you don't look that good. You're not like subhuman. Mid normie, kind of normal, look like a normal person, average guy, I guess. And kind of high tier normie, pretty good for the average guy, not bad. And then you have Chad Lights. Chad Light / Stacy. I guess Stacy applies to women, right? Girls. Basically, this one, from what I remember, it's basically just like someone who's attractive. Like they're definitely attractive, but they're not like peak genetic superiority. They're not like to that extent. They haven't like caused like surgery or anything, or like done this. They're not like perfect cell, but they're up there. They're definitely attractive. Here it says like highly attractive, exhibiting strong sexual dimorphism and sharp facial singularity. No asymmetry, or very little. And then Chad, Stacy again. I'm just reading the AI report, but I'm pretty sure like Chad, and also known as Gad. There's Chads, and then there's Giga Chads. I guess there could be a Giga Stacy, but I don't think they care too much about women in this case, which is fair. Women have their own sort of a body dysmorphia. I mean, on their own beauty standards. They don't have like a rating system, but you can kind of tell. It's all just a bunch of body dysmorphia, really. And I don't mean to say that like, oh, you shouldn't try to make yourself look beautiful. You should try to if you can, you should try to your best to make yourself look, nice. if you can make yourself look better, why not do it? But if it's like for surgery or for like your meth, no. Just be healthy, you know? Be healthy, try to look good, exercise. I need to exercise more myself. But yeah, just try to, maybe put some like facial clean, maybe like make sure to wash yourself well, style your hair, take care of yourself, and you should be fine. You don't have to do anything crazy, no bone smashing or like height surgery. Surgery is like for fashion or beauty, that's where I draw the line. Or well, meth as well. So yeah, anyways, Chad and Giga Chad, or I guess also Giga Stacy, but like Chad and Giga Chad, top tier genetics, basically perfection. Like you cannot be mogged, but you're the one who mogs. Like the maximum perfection in a way. Yes, for like perfect beauty. Like, the maximization of your appearance to the point where you are like as attractive as possible from like a mathematical perspective. Some people would probably prefer like a Chad Light or Stacy to a Chad, because sometimes it goes a bit like too outrageous, or like the facial features are like too sharp to the point where it seems somewhat like strange almost. Like you know how clavicular looks. I need to start looks maxing myself. Certainly. Well, I'm seeing these guys, man, straight mewing. Complete mewing transformation. I need to do this. This is amazing. How is this feasible? Anyways, where was I? Oh, here, yeah. Wow, I got off topic. Sorry, guys. We're rating. I need to start doing looks maxing videos, bro. But I need to looks max myself, so that could take a month.
Waiting for your answer, by the way, to why you came up to me and decided to make me your partner. Even though we literally sit on opposite sides of the room, you came all the way over to ask me to work together with you. I mean, if you were picking somebody at random, I think there's about 10 other people you could into before you ran into me.
Yo, it's just a freaking group project. Picking
noticed it.
somebody for a group project, I mean,
really
even if
do.
they're like far away from you
I've noticed
in the
it
class, it
before,
can't be
and
this.
there's not that many of us in this class.
It's not this serious, bro.
Okay. I didn't really think you'd be into Netflix. You were a bit shy and but no, it's okay. It's okay, I like you. I like you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop this here. I'm gonna put this in B tier because it's not bad, I guess, but I don't really care for it. Maybe C. There's better movies here, I guess. Yeah, I'll put it in C tier actually. C. Not that good. Stop touching me! Yeah, C tier. I don't know, bro. Maybe I just don't understand. I just don't know peak. Clearly. I genuinely don't. Maybe that's it. Yo, I have this absurd idea. Listen, have you guys ever watched Doctor Who? Let me explain. What if we all just became Cybermen? Then no one could technically be insecure, because we'd all just be a bunch of machine people. Well, we'd still be human, sort of. But there'd be nothing to discriminate against, unless there'd be no emotion, no envy, or hatred, or love. It'd be like machine, yeah, machine people. Silver men and women, I guess, in suits, life support systems, more efficient, stronger, better, more intelligent and logical. There'd be nothing to be ashamed of, because shame wouldn't even be something we could experience. There'd be no need to justify our existence, because you wouldn't even know what justice is. Or you would know what it is, but not truly. Then again, what is the goal you're fighting for? And what is your point or purpose? There is nothing. And even to survive, what is the goal then? So maybe no emotional inhibitors, like in the Doctor Who series. Maybe to some extent, but not complete inhibition, more so a control or restraints. A consensual one, of course, where you could better control yourself. And certain emotions would be dulled a bit. Not completely erased, but just, I guess you'd be calmer. For example, less hatred, less fear, or envy. To engineer someone into a more efficient being, still capable of morality and justice. A perfect cyber conversion. Maintaining the humanity but perfecting it. Making it more efficient. Making it better. With no, well, maybe shame. But not that much. Because we'd all be a part of something. And we'd all be better. We'd all be good. For once. Everyone would have a purpose. Towards making everybody more efficient. Stop hatred and anger. We need to stop hatred and anger. Well, anger maybe not necessarily, but evil. Or at least to quiet it a bit, to lessen it. Make everyone more logical, more reasonable, rational. And also being able to enjoy it. Far from taking the soul from humans. Yet making them better. More efficient. With better life support. The life support systems. A body that can last for centuries. So that you can experience your loved ones for a bit longer. Of course, no real cuddling because, metallic suits with silver helmets on, not exactly the most comfortable. But is it really not necessary romantic connection? It just obstructs things anyways. Not necessary. There are people chase after it. When people chase after it, it just leads to more, sometimes it leads to success. Sometimes it just doesn't lead to anything productive or good. sometimes even harm. I can't escape this hell. So many times I've tried, but I'm still caged inside. Yo, okay, why isn't the search bar work? Oh, here we go.
Who said you could be black? Black.
Alright, let's listen to this, bro. I have the perfect title for this one. I call it I Always Feel Like Somebody's Watching Me. Why did I sing it? Not even, like, I could have sang it well. I could have been like, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? I guess that's not that good, but what I'm trying to say is, this one is a confessing to Yandere Mommy's stalker. You love her. Dog, what? Who is making this? Better yet, who is listening to this? And what suggested, one of the suggested videos is serial killer wants to own you. Dang, bro. My hair is not soft, bro. She's dry, like a sponge. I absorb all the moisture, bro. You know what this reminds me of? I'm probably gonna put this in D tier, but I remember there's something that my friend utterly despises. The same friend that I made listen to Mommy ASMR with my phone. Let me explain. They were trying to sleep. Yes, the one thing that they utterly despise is Walter White ASMR. Specifically the one where he makes stupid sounds with his mouth with like Minecraft gameplay in the back. Bro, I found ASMR fast mouth sounds Minecraft speedrun Walter White. Walter White, bro, for all of these, for everyone from this channel, from Ace Force, ASMR, the freaking Walter White ones, bro, it's all automatically peak, bro. Automatically, Walter White cooks again.
Sunset. Sigue. Sigue absorbiendo. Y tu bebé sigue durmiendo.
They call me Heisenberg, Jesse. Grab the suitcase. Skylar sucks.
Bro, what is this shit, bro? Anyway, so as we previously discussed, Walter White ASMR is the superior ASMR. I'm putting the stalker thing in B. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna skip to the end. Let's see if it's really B. Yo, what am I listening to, bro? We're safe from what? What could it possibly be? Yo, what is this? Please let me in. Please, speed, I need this. Obsessive stalker begs to be led inside after chasing you home. Yo, why can't it just be me? I mean, I don't go outside that much, so probably that. And mom will let me go out on walks. At least not alone. Because I might get kidnapped, and this shit is not happening. Because, you know, like, how do I put this? None of these scenarios are gonna happen, right? You're not gonna get kidnapped. You're not gonna get. You're not gonna get loved. But you're not gonna get loved in this kind of crazy situation. That's not happening. You're going to get kidnapped and killed if you just try walking around the street looking for stalkers or something. It's not gonna end well. And what is meeting your mom's older single French friend? Why French? Why a freaking French divorcee? Why in the thumbnail it says here, church? Dog, we're not like, okay, bro. The church. I mean, I guess the church is the place of God, and if God is love, it's the best place for love to be had. Not to have sex, obviously. But like, I guess kissing, romance, maybe it's not really the place. Because, like I said, this is meant to be from a Christian perspective, which I kind of forgot about. So let's see. Walter White, technically, drugs aren't really Christian, not really good. You know, as an idol, you get addicted to them, and then you end up making them an idol, possibly, you know, caring for them above God, or at least using them more than you spend time with God. it's not good, right? Drugs makes you lose all self control, right? When you have an addiction, you lose self control. It's not good. But Walter White, in this case, was playing Minecraft, and I don't know, bro. What am I supposed to say? I guess don't make it an idol. Like that goes for all ASMR, I guess. So I don't know if Walter White is if he's not doing. I mean, ASMR is useful for sleeping. So I don't know, bro. Walter White ASMR. Bully loves dates. That's what I can call it. The tomboy bully like confesses her love, like wants to go on a date or some shit. I mean, yeah, you know, love your enemies. Yeah, love your enemies. Love your neighbors. You love thyself. And forgive, so that God will forgive you. Because if you don't forgive, then God won't forgive you. You know. So forgive those who have done you wrong. Yeah, you know. Good, making amends. Fair. And it's straight. So none of these have been gay so far. Actually, I think I'm going to change the quota in a possibly negative way. You're not gonna like this. Alright, bro. Yo, what is this fumbling? I tried searching something up. Why do I have Mommy Makes Me Scream from Femboy VTuber clips? Yo, genuinely, what are these VTubers on, bro? I'm never becoming a VTuber. Yeah, now let's listen to this, bro. Okay, so wait, what? Oh yeah, the stalker one. Well, you know, stalking people isn't good. I mean, it's not a great thing to just be like, you know, trying to like find somebody's location or like, well, um, search. I don't know, you know that one verse, seek and you shall find. What is the point of a stalker is more so, I guess. The point of a stalker is to, for them to see you, and well, probably to find out more information about you. To stalk you. Usually a stalker isn't a good thing. Because one, they might end up doing, and they're probably dangerous. They're stalking you so they can kidnap you or something, which is not good. If you kidnap your brother, or like if you kidnap somebody in general, you gotta bring them back. Because in that case, you're basically treating one of God's creations as as property that can be stolen. But in this case, it's not really about that. It's just you watching somebody without their consent. I mean, yeah, it's still a little bit weird, not great. I don't think there's a Bible verse that's against that specifically. Like in this case, because you technically you can like, I guess in this case, in the video, per, the perpendicular perplexing pentagon, which is us in this case, we confess our love. And so I guess it's sort of mutual consensual. I guess it's consensual, so I guess it's fine in that case. Morally, it's fine, I guess. The soccer thing is a bit iffy though. Shouldn't do it. Let's see. Oh, the touching is. classmate wants you to touch her. Yeah, that one is look, if you're not married, you guys can't have sex. But in this case, it's more of a whether I mean it's more masturbation. I guess it implies masturbation. So if it's somebody else is doing it, I guess it's between two people. But still, you should probably be married before you do stuff like that. So not great. Just kind of weird. Oh, I didn't touch on the. I didn't touch on the pathetic loser. I didn't touch on the pathetic loser dude her girlfriend one. Did I just say? Yeah. I didn't touch on that one. I don't remember. Basically, from a Christian perspective, you shouldn't be slothful or lazy, and that's exactly what they were doing. And also just being unhygienic, which the Bible, like especially, but specifically in the Old Testament, speaks of being unclean. Like God speaks like, hey, you should probably bathe and make sure, like for leprosy, which was like a disease back then. There's certain things you should do to prevent it from happening. So God clearly cared about being clean. Not like you have to be clean to be saved, or like a sin to be dirty. But like generally, there are some things that are better for your health than others. And God wants you to be clean, so God wants you to be healthy, safe, and you have to have good hygiene as well, which keeps you safe often from disease or just general body deterioration. So yeah, or well, I guess you could also say corporal deterioration. Also, I guess you could say like gluttony was part of it because you were just ordering a bunch of fast food whenever they wanted. She was getting fat, I guess. So yeah, but I guess it's also like a story of redemption because then she says she'll change at the end, begging you for the letter to stay with you. So I guess like repentance, good ending. Alright, this one though. This one though. Da da da. This is gonna be interesting. Remember how I said it wasn't gay? One of them? The Lisa isn't gay. The bully, like tomboy bully one? Wants to go on a date or something? Yeah, the tomboy bully who wants to go on a date with you. Remember that video? I said that it wasn't gay? Well, yeah, there's a reason I mentioned that. Because this one is Femboy ASMR RP Obsessed Possessive Cuddling M4M. I guess this means male for M. Male for male. This should just sound kind of like a joke. What the fuck you mean I'll cuddle you into shape? Like, I'll whip you into shape. Who is this guy? I mean, I guess I probably should have expected this. There is this one I got suggested. This is kind of interesting. Basically, online yandere stalker finds your house and forcefully cuddles you. Willing listener. Okay, good for you. Mentioned that if you are the listener was willing in this case. Otherwise, it'd be a bit weird. Otherwise, because like you know, an online stalker finds your house.
If you like this video,
Oh, please leave it alone. Oh, there's actual images to this. Something. Okay. I didn't know that. But it's like very far from each other. No, so they're actually super close to each other. Again, how do you know that? Because I'm right here. Yo, what? Huh? Where? Open the door. You have to be pranking me like that. Are you gonna keep me waiting out here? Open the door. And how did you, bro? How did they find our house, guys? How did they find our house? Who is this guy? They found us.
holy shit. Look, you can see it in person.
Holy shit. Oh shit, I'm about to go. That's what reminds me of freaking Dreamy Bowl. Yo, what? Yo, 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 yo. And you smell better when you're awake too? So this implies that they smelled us when we were asleep. They broke into our house. And did what? So they just broke into our house and smelled us. That's crazy, bro. Dedication. This is what the people that this is what some of the like people that dogs like this is what some of the people that are capable of like doxing others, like the Twitter people, this is what they do in their free time. Not all of them. But like some of them gotta be doing shit like this. I gotta learn to dox people for a different reason. Well, not dox, but like find their address. Why? Do a challenge so I can learn hacking or something? Don't pull away from me. I came all the way here to meet you. Did you want to see me? Usually I'm here without you. In like just breaking into an empty house. How you have my house keys? Yo, what the flip? Dog, what am I listening to? This video is too long. I'm gonna skip to the end. Like no, like this video, the one I'm recording, like an hour long already. I don't want to look. Else I'm gonna have to tie you down to the bed, and I don't want to have to look for the rope I hid in your house. Who is this guy? Judgment. I guess I would say pretty good. like probably comforting, but also ridiculous. This could be useful, so I'll put it like B, I guess. Rope and keys. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, bye guys. The tier list: F, none. E, okay, actually, in terms of like value as a mommy ASMR, pathetic losers fermented juices. I have to come up with better titles. Stop touching me in C, because I guess not that good as mommy ASMR. And B, you have rope and keys, and somebody is watching me. Is it just a dream? OG's the stalker one, the first stalker one here. Both stalkers and B. Okay. A, isolating X of comfort, the first one we reviewed. Bully loves dates, the fruits, also an A. S, Walter White ASMR, also known as, like titled here, Walter White cooks again! Exclamation mark. I think that's good. Wish you all a good night, or good morning, good afternoon. God bless you guys. May God be with you guys. Genuinely. Thank you for supporting my content. I don't know if I don't really get any money from this, so I'm doing it for the love of the game. You can kind of tell by my videos at this point. Yeah, bye guys. God bless you. May God be with you all. And may everyone be saved by Jesus Christ the Lord. Amen.